Hi, welcome to Sanjeev Kapoor Khazana. My name is Chef Radhika Desai, all the way from Portland, Oregon States. I'm going to teach you how to make fun, exciting party food, gourmet touch, with a little bit of Indian as well. Today we're making Goan chicken bhatura Pilo puffs. So basically the dough is bhatura dough and the filling is Goan spiced. My parents are from Goa, so we're using coconut, green chilies, cilantro, which is a typical blend, which is in Goan cuisine. I'll tell you all the ingredients you'll need right here. Turmeric, ginger garlic paste, sugar, salt, fresh green chili, fresh grated coconut, fresh yeast, cumin seeds, green peas, butter, milk, black peppercorns, and oil, refined flour or maida, and chicken thighs. Chicken thighs have a lot of flavor versus chicken breasts, so that's why we've decided to use that today. Bone-in meat generally is the best to use. Fresh chopped coriander. So our first step is we're going to braise the chicken so that it allows it a few, maybe 30-40 minutes to cook really nicely and become tender. Then we'll pull it and make a filling with it. So I'm going to start with a little bit of oil. I'm going to put ginger garlic paste, maybe a tablespoon and a half. And while that's frying, I'm going to make the actual spice blend that will flavor the chicken really nicely, which is why I'm calling it Goan chicken. So basically, coconut is our base. Put about ½ cup fresh ground coconut, ¼ cup fresh coriander, green chilies. I'll just break it with my hands like this. Stir this so you don't want it to burn. That is my favorite smell. Ginger garlic in oil, amazing. So we have this blend. I'm going to add a little bit of warm water, some turmeric or haldi, maybe ½ a teaspoon, a little pinch of salt, and I think that's it. So just blend that. Again, keep stirring your ginger garlic so it doesn't burn. The smell is just amazing. Reminds me of growing up. So this is nice and ready, ground, liquidy. I'm going to pour it right in there. That coriander and green chili gives it a nice bright color. So you're going to turn this on high. Let that start simmering. We have our chicken here. I'm just going to do one thing to make sure that the chicken absorbs the flavor as quickly as possible. I'm going to score the chicken just like this. You can see how lovely and green and bright filling is going to be. So now it's coming to a simmer. I'm going to add our chicken thighs. And once again, I said chicken bone-in is the best to use because it gives a really, really nice flavor. So we're just going to set that in there. I'll let it cook on one side for about 2 minutes, then I'll turn it over. I'll add a little bit of warm water, cover it, and let it braise. So braising means stewing almost, or cooking for a long time so the meat becomes really tender, and we'll be easily able to pull it off and make our filling with that. So now one side of our chicken has been cooked. I'm going to turn it over, and you can see how lovely the scoring has absorbed the chicken. I wish you could smell it. It's amazing. So now I'm going to continue to braise this, and in order to braise, I need to add a little bit of warm water. And always remember to put a lid when you're braising because it absorbs all of the moisture, and that's what makes it really tender and easy to pull when we're going to make our filling. So I'm going to shift it to another range, another stove, so I can continue making our dough. So for our dough, we're going to need maida, refined flour, sugar, salt, melted butter, and cumin seeds. It's basically, you could say, a bhatura dough, which is Punjabi, but because my brother and I growing up loved chole bhatura, we ate it generally every weekend. So I'm going to start with my flour, add some cumin seeds. And over here I have a pan, warm. We don't want to burn the butter, just melted. So I'll put about 2 tablespoons of butter. While that's melting, I'm going to add some warm milk, about ½ a cup, some salt, about ½ a teaspoon, a pinch of sugar, and now I'm going to put fresh yeast. The reason we add the sugar is to activate the yeast, and that's what makes the dough rise. Because bhatura dough is very fluffy, and you can almost taste a little bit of sourness because of the fresh yeast, and that's what makes it so lovely when it fries. It puffs up like that. So I'm going to put a little bit of fresh yeast. Now our butter is melted just perfectly. We don't want to fry it, we don't want to brown it, we don't want to make it ghee, just want it melted. So add this to our flour, cumin, yeast, sugar, salt mixture. And I'm just going to use my hand. I had just washed my hands, so they're very clean. So while you're mixing, you can kind of feel the dough. So we're going to need a little bit of water. So I added about half a cup, and it should be a little bit sticky. Not very, but a little bit. So now I'm going to put our dough into the oven, and I've preheated the oven to the lowest temperature. We don't want to cook the dough. We just want to allow it to rise at a very nice and warm temperature. So now I'll put this in the oven. And because we're putting it in the oven, it should only take about 1 hour maximum. So in the meantime, you can arrange your plates. So I have some nice party plates here that I'll be presenting our Pilo puffs on. And also you can make a sauce on the side. I've chosen to do a really nice, simple, sweet garlic chili sauce, which you can get at any store. I can smell our chicken cooking. Let's take a look at it. Lovely, amazing. So we'll let this go for a little bit longer. Then we'll incorporate our green peas, crush some fresh black pepper, which we can do right now. And then I'll show you how to roll out each piece of bhatura. You probably want a helper. Invite your friends early to come over and help you do this task. Fresh black ground pepper is amazing. Has such a different flavor than packaged powdered pepper. So now our pepper is finished, ground, and we'll check our chicken. Look how lovely, it's simmering nicely. It smells amazing. And the color is beautiful. So once they bite into that pastry puff, they'll see this bright green color and have amazing flavors. So it needs a little bit more time. So I'm going to cover it again. And in the meantime, I'm going to take out our dough that's been resting, because this takes about an hour. So I have our dough here, and make sure you let it rest a little bit. And I'm going to put it directly on our cutting board. Move our bowl, and it'll be hot, so make sure you use a towel. Just roll it a little bit, work it with your hands. Add enough flour so it's not sticking to the board. I'll take a ball about this size, and I'll make 4 right now. I think our chicken should be done. I'm going to turn it off and let it cook with the steam while I'm rolling out our dough. Put a little bit of flour, and you want to make it about bori size. So this is good. So we'll roll the rest of these in the same shape, and the cumin seeds give it like a really nice pop of flavor. When you fry it, it tastes really nice. So now I have 4 ready to go. So now our chicken is ready. I'm just going to take it out, and I have 2 forks ready to pull the chicken. And I'm going to save this braising liquid to add to our filling. So you just take the 2 forks, and you pull the chicken like this. And like I said, thigh meat is really tender, absorbs a lot of flavor, and you can see within that hour and a half, it's really cooked nicely. And it's retained that beautiful green color as well. So now I've pulled the chicken, and I'm going to transfer it to a bowl so we can make our filling. And save these bones because you can make stock and make a really nice chicken soup with them. So I'll just set them aside. So now our braising liquid, I'm going to add a little bit to it. And the aroma is insane. So good. To this, I'm going to add green peas and our fresh ground black pepper. Now I'll mix this. And while I'm assembling our pastry pillows, I'm going to start the oil. So it's nice and hot and waiting for me, and I'm not waiting for it. So I have our rolled out dough here. I'm going to put some of our filling in, and just on the outsides, I'll dab it with some olive oil. And feel free to use your hands. It's the best tool that we have. Now we start with one side, and we're going to just join it like this to make a little purse almost. And this is what we're going to deep fry. So while the oil is heating, I'm going to make my 3 more. And this is a great appetizer for parties, and even as a main course with a salad, it's really nice. And if you don't eat chicken, if you're vegetarian, you can always substitute vegetables for it, or even lamb is good. So after we fry our pastry pillows, we need something to put them on, and I like to use paper towels and a plate to absorb the oil. So I'll test a little bit of dough in the oil to see if it's ready. Needs a little bit of more time. So I think our oil is getting there, sufficiently hot, so I'm going to put our puff pastry pillows in. And make sure you have the right tools for frying. So this is perforated, so when we take it out, the oil can drain properly. The less oil we have, the better. Now these should be golden brown. So in about 350-degree temperature oil, it'll take 4 to 5 minutes. So our bhaturas have been frying now for about 4 to 5 minutes. You can see they're lovely golden brown. I'm going to transfer them to our paper towel plate so that the oil can absorb. Now on our cute little party plates. And we'll serve it alongside this sweet garlic sauce. Wow, look how pretty. The green peas, smell is amazing. So now it's my favorite time to taste. Amazing, as always. That Goan flavor really comes through with the coconut, green chilies, and cilantro. Party hit, I promise.